Is Frank a bollocks?
No, he is fucking not, you ugly whore.
Omit natural odors. Omit natural odors. A local fragrance factory was heard chanting at its local workers in the early hours of the morning, but a rep for the factory said that there was no chanting happening in their factory at any time last night, and the reports that suggest otherwise are pure false and are subject to police inquiry.
The inquest into the death of my sister is still ongoing but has not halted. A rep for my dead sister was unavailable for comment after it is speculated that the rep took my sister's life and then proceeded to take his own life in a bid to save the world of stupidity. However, I can't help but feel a loss and an empty void in my life, and I'm not quite sure what I should do. Some people have suggested I take up drugs and alcohol to numb the pain, where others say I should take my pain out on others like you. So unfortunately for you, Hank, I have chosen that latter, and I will be beating the fuck out of you tonight before I cook a delicious dinner for the rest of us.
The rest of us? Meaning that me sustaining all those beatings will result in me not getting any food. Fuck that. I hope the Child Protective Services are watching this episode.
It will be the one episode they don't watch that I threaten you with severe violence and end up murdering you.
Animals shouldn't have to die so you can have a dinner.
And my sister didn't have to die because she was stupid.
Yes, she did, because you wish death upon everyone who is stupid.
But I don't wish death upon my family, only you, of course.
I wouldn't expect any less from a piece of shit like you.
Hey. That's not very nice. I am your mother and should be treated as such.
No? You should be treated as a common criminal.
No, I shouldn't.
Yes, you should.
No, I really fucking shouldn't.
Protest all you want. You know we're gonna get you when you least expect it.
I am expecting assholes over for dinner tonight. Please be careful and don't upset them. They are guests in my home and should be treated as such, because I know that you have no regard for guests or parents or family in the home.
No, that's not true. When I have my friends over, I treat them with great respect and dignity and don't even ask them to exercise their assholes with the anal exercisers that you make your guests use.
Bitch. Are you dumb? That was like 5 times, and each time it was a testing party. You really are dumb, just like your fucking father.
Don't you dare talk to me like that. You killed my father because he was dumb, and by example you killed your sister.
What? 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 What did you just say to me? Did you just say that? I cannot believe you would say such a thing. I am a great and amazing woman, and you would not say that to me if I was daddy.
But you're not daddy, are you? You're a piece of shit.
You fucking cunt.
I better go home and start dusting because you ain't gonna die anytime soon.
The 3rd degree.
Lashed out and tried to kill sister, but it failed because the security people around sister was very tight and they knew mommy's intentions. Unfortunately, Angie wasn't as clever and smart when it came to her safety and thought everyone would be as kind and as gentle as they were back home, but even the one closest to her wanted to cause her harm. What skyrocketed mommy's hate for both sister and Angie was when they were both invited to a huge event and the invitation for mommy was never printed. Mommy from here on out plotted to rid the world of sister and mommy one raisin sandwich at a time, but unfortunately for mommy, both sister and Angie were resistant to raisin, as was mommy, so the murder of both would be very difficult. One night mommy was after getting pounded by a local thug, and a few weeks later she gave birth to a cunt named Frank. She loved Frank like no other but couldn't benefit from him and gain money, so she went out and has sex again, and this time got pregnant and married. This time she made a huge deal out of the engagement, marriage, pregnancy, and murder of the man she married. This was a nasty thing for her to do, but nevertheless she went ahead and did it all. Mommy only had to wait a few years before it became apparent that Hank would be a huge fucking star, and at the ripe old age of 6 he was thrown into the world of showbiz accompanied by mommy, and her loving attitude towards him gained notoriety and acceptance from the world, and her career took off again. But alas, mommy forgot this, and as soon as she turned nasty on Hank and his fame rose higher and higher, she plotted so many things against him. This was the pivotal time for mommy and her inner turmoil. She couldn't handle the fact that many people favored Hank over mommy and would rather see her in prison, and that's where she ended up for 2.5 years. During that time, sister had taken care of Hank, and when Mommy returned from prison, she forced Hank back into the spotlight so she wouldn't receive hate, but the opposite happened. Her rage and jealousy for all competition had gotten so bad in prison that she was verbally abusive to every single person in the world and every animal in existence. When the time came, she tried to kill Hank again and tried to kill sister, but this didn't happen. She even tried to have Hank killed when she went away on holidays with sister to Portofino, but Hank was resistant to murder and so was sister, because the plot was to push sister off a cliff in Portofino, but it just didn't happen. So when Mommy came home from holidays, she presented herself in a nice relaxed manner, and this made the public think she had finally changed, but alas, it was all a front and she was more vengeful than ever. She knew she could take out Angie, and fucked did she, and to make sure that there were not witnesses, she killed Angie's manager too.
Hank, I did none of these things. Every fucking thing you have said is all lies. Expect a letter from my lawyer tomorrow.